Success in life isn't what you know, it's how much you're prepared to rip in and have a go. I mean, knowing things is obviously important. Yeah. Like, you can't judge the size of someone's motor. And in life, that's everything.
The guy I went to school with had a tattoo on his arm. I remember it clear as day now, which is good, better, best, never let it rest till your good is better and your better is best. And I think you just have to keep trying to get better.
When you lose that confidence, it's about finding what makes you tick again. It's about putting things into perspective and going back to the process.
If your business isn't going forward, it's going backwards because everyone around you is going forward. So if you're not, you're going backwards.
Yep. Talent's important, but discipline is more important, because your fallback position in life, if you got the ability, has to always be disciplined. Yeah. Or else you end up just not quite getting to your potential, right?
Yeah. I've had heaps of good advice, Sam, but at the end of the day, dream big, possibilities are endless. And just believe in yourself.
Do or do not, there is no try, which means if you're going to do something in life, just do it, back yourself. Otherwise, don't do it at all. There's no trying if you're not 100% in.
All right, here we go. Dimitri Loukaras.
The Greek god.
Here he is. Loukaras. I know, but you know I like to call you Loukaras.
Look, there'll be two viewers of this podcast, one being my father, so just thought I'd get in there before.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry, Mr. Loukaras.
What about your mum?
Yeah, and her mum. Yeah. She'll be disappointed, though, when she sees the two hosts, let me tell you. So today, we're sitting down with a man who has rewritten the definition of what a BDM can be. You brought in over 500 property, almost 600 properties last year, mate.
584.
584. I've written here a freak of nature in the best way, and someone who has become a cornerstone of our business. The one, the only, the GOAT today, Dimitri Loukaras.
Cheers, boys. Thanks for having me.
Hey, how about that intro?
Mate, that was very impressive.
I wrote it.
It's the only preparation he's ever done.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
So,
Yeah, we like to take a more freewheeling approach to these podcasts from time to time.
Real and raw, right?
Real and raw, exactly.
Yeah.
Mate, interesting. We've had a couple of salespeople on. We've had Jen on from an operations general manager point of view. The great Justin Hodges, Scotty Kelleher, Oliver Foran.
I thought you were going to segue from Hodges to Dimitri Loukaras just then.
Almost. But mate,
we've had Sam Devlin.
Yeah, we've had myself, Nathan, Aaron. Mate, now we've got you, and the reason I love having you on is because you break the mold here, and you break the mold in real estate for a very good reason, and that's because you've chosen a different direction than what most people would in their real estate career. You have become, if not the best, one of the very best BDMs in the country, bringing on hundreds of properties a year, managing a huge team. Mate,
probably one of the most passionate too.
Yeah.
I'd happily take that as number one.
Mate, why property management and new business, new landlords over what, and I'll say it, what is probably a more traditional path? Everybody wants to do sales.
Yeah, well, no, it's a good point. If, 10, 11 years ago, someone said to me, Dimmy, property management, what are your thoughts? I probably would have run the other way or said some choice words to them.
Yeah.
I guess with my upbringing in real estate, I've been really fortunate to work more or less every single role within a business.
Yeah.
Whether that be from reception when I was 18 at Harcourt's Cooperoo, shout out to Trent Powell's, back in 2013, or whether it be administration, whether it be property management, commercial leasing. Over my time, I have done all those roles, which has been really cool, just to see every part of the business. So yeah, I guess in terms of property management, what I realised pretty quickly on was that there was probably just a real disconnect with property management and the sales business.
Yeah.
Within an office, but also the fact that with property management, that is the backbone of a business. And sometimes we can take the piss a bit, or have a bit of a laugh about property management, which we shouldn't.
Yeah.
And property management can be thought of, the ugly cousin of a real estate business and what have you.
Yeah.
But I really quickly cottoned on. shit, this is the value, number one. And I guess something I really like about property management, it's not a one-off deal or transaction, I suppose. It's that longevity of the relationship. It's adding value over time and seeing some amazing things happen with your clients.
Yeah.
Well, it's a different form of selling, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Opposed to, I guess, selling yourself or selling that property or home as a one-off. It's about, guiding them through the process of investing. And I find that really, really, really
Why
cool.
people should trust you with their biggest asset.
Why should they?
No, that's part of the role, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is trying to build that rapport that people trust you to take care of their biggest asset, and why should they put it in your hands?
Absolutely.
So, mate, and credit to you because you've done such a great job at it. If you were sitting down with a new agent today and they're green, why business development? Why landlord acquisitions? Why new business?
Yeah. Well, I think if you're looking to go down the sales route, the BDM role, and obviously that can look very different depending on which business or company you're working with and the size of their rent roll. But that BDM role is such a good stepping stone. And I remember now going back to 2018, I was working with another name drop, Alex Stassen.
Yeah.
Another GOAT.
He is a goat. One of the immortals.
Mate, if you've gone through the Alex Stassen boot camp.
Mate, we talk about this all the time. It is one of the great nurseries.
Nurseries.
It is, mate. It is one of the great nurseries. So you came through the Alex Stassen boot camp.
Correct. Michaela White.
Mickey White came through the same. Fraser Bearcroft.
Yeah.
Mate, some of the greats of HPC have all come through a Alex Stassen pathway.
They have. So I guess that pathway led me to property management.
Yeah.
So I was working with Alex for a period of time as a sales associate, and I saw a position or an opportunity with my growth that I wanted to go out on my own and work, I suppose, in the city. And both you and Aaron came to me with an opportunity for the business development role. Yeah. Because the BDM we had at the time was moving on. It was quite some time ago now. Yeah. And I remember I heard that and I gulped. And I said, all right, guys, leave it with me. Leave it with me for the weekend. And I suppose I did a bit more research, asked a couple more questions, but decided, you know what? Ultimately, I am going to jump into this because if I do want to get into sales, whether that be in 6 months' time, 12 months' time or 18 months' time, this is going to be the greatest stepping stone into it because you're learning everything you need to from a sales side in terms of proposals and vendor or landlord management and those key parts of being a sales agent. Yeah. And then ultimately, for most people, that's going to be their database when they do go into sales. So not to lighten what I do or what BDMs do, but I guess if you look at it at a very basic level, it's sales light. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Well, I think, mate, I started the same pathway, right? Leasing, BDM, became a salesperson, went into auctioneering. And the thing I will always say to everybody about that particular pathway into sales is that it's faster. There's more happening. It's more dynamic. There's more opportunities to meet tenants, to meet landlords. You're really thrown in the deep end on trying to problem solve.
Absolutely.
And I think every salesperson should have to have done their time in property management because it is problem solving 101. Like there is 100%. Nothing like a tenant scorned over a broken air conditioner in the heart of summer.
Had a few of those.
Yeah, you've had a few of those. Nothing like somebody being rejected on their 10th application and you having to be the poor soul who has to call them and let them know that they've been unsuccessful. So there's all these things that you learn within property management, which I think help you along the way because you become one of the world's great problem solvers.
Yeah, for sure. I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Sammy. Problem solving is a big thing of what you're doing on a daily basis and something that I definitely enjoy, something that I relish. Yeah. Yes, when the problem pops up, I might, tear my hair out or have some choice words. I'm pretty loud in the office, though I definitely do enjoy coming up with a solution. and being solution based. And I guess the other key part is the fact that, as you said, the volume of it.
Yeah.
When you compare it to your average sales agent, you know, my direct team and I, which is now Lachlan and I, you know, our goals are to be bringing on 30, 40 a month just with our individual team.
Yeah.
So that's 30 or 40 landlords, that's 30 or 40 prospective or tenants, and then the ones that missed out too.
Yeah.
So even just within that, there's about 150 to 200 people we're dealing with.
Each month.
Let alone the ones that we're working with to come on into our business in the future.
Yeah.
So the volume aspect of it, I mean, if you can get that right, I think it's a fantastic stepping stone for a sales agent if they wish to go down that path.
Yeah. And so when did you decide to become elite?
Elite? Mate, when did I decide to? That's a trick question, I think. Always elite.
Always elite.
Always elite.
Always had that mindset.
Yeah. Look, can sound like a bit of a piss take, but when it comes to being elite or being high performing, I'm of the thought or tradition, doesn't matter what you do. And I think that, you know, it's something that I've always tried to carry myself with. And hey, we have bad days, sometimes bad weeks, even a bad month. But I've always said, you know, whether you are the number one BDM of the country or the number one sales agent or you're an administrator or, you know, you're picking up rubbish, whatever you do it to the best of your ability.
You're very competitive.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me this, Dimmy, from starting, you know, out in BDM to now managing the team that you have, but still being a successful BDM individually, how do you handle the transition with looking after the team, but still doing the traditional role of the BDM?
Look, it comes with its challenges, and again, a challenge I really relish, but I guess it's wearing both hats. And with the BDM role, even though you are getting your own listings, you do need to be selfish in a degree.
Yeah.
Though the BDM role, especially when it's tied in with the sales office or force, you need to be of service because effectively and then ultimately you are working for the business. You're not a contractor, and those sales agents are going to be your best friends and your biggest source of business. So it's that. So when I was just by myself and not, I suppose, leading per se, you know, it was very much more so head down, servicing my people, servicing my clients, servicing my agents, and all those different lead funnels and prospecting, but doing things in my own way. So when I say my own way, I know what I need to be motivated. I know how I work, and it's head down, bum up, really intense.
Yeah.
A lot of urgency. I think if you asked anyone in the business if there was probably a word they could use with the way that I operate, it's probably with urgency.
Yeah.
And, you know, if I then fast forward to leading a team, it's understanding, great, these are my
core tenets.
Yeah, core tenets. These are my principles, and this is how I work. But hey, not everyone works.
One of the hardest things to
way.
learn about leadership, man, I think is that, you know, you're elite, you have high expectations of yourself, and you want everyone around you to, just get it and have those high expectations and move as quickly as you and as fast as you, and you just want to, you want them to be on the same page. And so one of the hardest lessons I know I had to learn from a leadership point of view was not everyone's going to do it the way you
Same pace.
did it. No one's going to do it at the same pace.
Which doesn't mean it's wrong.
No.
And doesn't mean that they're not doing
Now
work
I sound
or great
like
work.
I'm having a conversation with Victoria because she'll be like, you stacked the dishwasher wrong. I said, well, wasn't wrong. It's not how you would have done it.
Let us know how that conversation goes tonight. Give us a call.
Yeah. No, it happens quite often. I think it's because I'm left-handed. She's right. It's it's just one of those things, mate.
Yeah,
it's a different perspective when you're stacking the dishwasher. Anyway, we got off topic. Mate, leadership. You now lead a team, a high-performance one at that.
An amazing team.
Yeah. What are the core things your team's focused on at the moment?
Yeah, well, I guess on top of I don't want to bore you guys because, look, I could be sitting here for the next 24 hours telling you about what my team does, what we're doing, what our plans are. I love it.
Yeah.
I guess the key focus of what our team are doing as a whole, on top of all our daily tasks and our tasks around the business, are just a massive focus on, I guess, our cold prospecting, which means, I guess, when it comes to our business, we have the luxury, which we created ourselves. So it's not lucky we worked for it, but we do have a large rent roll. with current investors, you know, we're looking at over 2,500 now across our whole business. We do have, you know, over 100 sales agents and teams that we're working with, who are meeting people every day. We do have our mortgage brokers and our accountants, and, you know, just the word of mouth and just the quality work and getting referred by people over years and years. But we want to add the next layer to it.
Yeah.
Which is the cold part of our business, the cold prospecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the focus is now, you know, and I have the pleasure of, you know, working pretty closely with you guys. The focus is
Pleasure.
on,
Yep.
the focus is on, you know, I suppose bringing organic opportunities to the table as well. You have your referred business, but bringing a few extra opportunities to the table. How do you go about leading from the front? Because you are, right, you're like the principal seller.
The selling principle, yeah.
Selling principle.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The selling principle. So you are that guy within your team. You're also a shareholder within our greater business, which I think is awesome. But how do you go about leading from the front to demonstrate what needs to be done?
Well, look, I am a big talker. I do like to speak, and I'm sure that's no surprise to anybody. But I've always been of the understanding and the way that I've always operated. And, you know, it could be, I guess, from a sporting background, I'm not sure, but it's always just leading by example.
Yeah.
That's how I've always found the easiest way to lead in the best way, the most effective. Yeah. I mean, you know, and I think we've had the luxury, all of us, but just talk about personally, I've been benefited by the fact that I've worked with hundreds of sales agents. Yeah. I've worked with different leaders within businesses before, and I know what I haven't liked. And I guess, not to go on a bit here, but something that I knew straight away that I never wanted to be was that boss that is asking you to do things or spouting out truths or training ideologies and those sorts of things, but not backing up yourself.
Yeah.
There is nothing that I think just
nothing
breeds...
more fake in the world, is there?
Yeah. Fake, distrust, and, you know, do I want to be working for that person? Am I going to follow him or her?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's my leadership style, something that I am still working on. Again, just back to the point of working with more and more people and different styles, and, you know, you can be cracking the whip or have your ideologies, but you've also got to work in with your people too. Yeah. So I'd say, you know, leading from the front, you know, I'll be the first person to jump onto a problem, onto the phone, and those sorts of things. But also from an energy standpoint, again, I'm really mindful of the fact that I can be intense at work. I can be head down.
One of my questions.
And that can come across not aggressive, I suppose, but can be abrasive. And when you're working with property management and property managers, it's a very different personality type.
Yeah.
So I guess leading from the front, when I come into the office every day, when I see my people, I try to make it light and fun.
Yeah.
What we're doing is really serious, and we're talking about, you know, some really acidic level sort of things here. And I think, I know that if I can come in with a smile, or we can have a laugh between it, or have some music playing or something, it can just line the mood a bit. And we're all working, and we just get through our jobs.
Yeah.
Hey, we certainly know you bring the energy every day, and you are a leader that leads by actions, which is really powerful. Question I want to know is, how many Ks a day do you spend walking around the office on the phone? Because every time I come to Brisbane, I see Dimmy just pacing up and down, and then as soon as he finishes the call, he's apologetic about, maybe I should go somewhere private for the calls. No, mate, keep making the calls in front of everyone. That's the most powerful thing you can do.
Well, look, it's not that intentional, but you'd be surprised it somewhat is. And I guess something that I picked up really early, a good piece of advice I got was, when you're on the phone or speaking, motion creates emotion. So I worked out that when I was sitting down, this was early on in my career, the energy and the pace of my conversation and what I was exuding was very different when I was sitting down by my computer on the phone, opposed to moving. Yeah. So that, coupled with my self-diagnosed ADHD.
Yeah. Self-diagnosed.
Yes.
It's always important.
Yeah. Just thought I'd preface that.
Yeah.
So I find that's the reason why I do it. I used to wear an Apple Watch all the time. So that thing is up to about 15,000 steps, like as an average on a daily basis.
On a daily basis, bloody hell.
And that's without work. That's before work, after work. That is just the office and the pavement outside.
Yeah.
Well, that's an idea for the open plan area. We can put a little walking track inside.
Yeah. Now it's
so everyone can just walk around on the phone and
can we stand up here, Luke, in this podcast, mate? Can we just stand up or no? No, I just wanted to make sure that we got the right energy here for Dimitri. We don't need him falling asleep here on the couch.
I came in singing Creed.
Yeah, we heard.
So the energy's high.
Yeah.
So look, to answer your question, sorry.
I don't think anyone in the history of podcast has ever said, I came in singing Creed, so the energy's high.
We said real and we said raw, right?
Yeah. So Creed. That's you said this is my pump-up track.
One of.
So what are they? What are you
Creed.
pump?
So higher, definitely.
Higher.
Yeah, Higher by Creed.
Higher by Creed, yeah.
If you take me.
Higher.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
I used to listen to that when I was a teenager.
Yeah, so look, there are a couple of bands out there that I do know that people love to rip on or you give a hard time, but ultimately they love them and they can sing every
so
song.
Creed and Nickelback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said Nickelback.
No, I know that's high on your agenda as well.
Well, look, if you
Linkin Park, they'd be up there for you.
in the end,
I thought you would have been like Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
And sing.
look, I've got a very.
5 bad boys with the power to rock you.
I have heard you sing that. Look,
5.
I do have a very varied music taste, and music is really important to me with energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love coming into the office. Oh, Jimmy Barnes, working class man.
Yeah.
A bit ironic.
Yeah.
But it does get a good reaction from the people and from myself when I come into the office.
Yeah.
I start singing that. I might be coming in slightly after 8:30 or 9, which we're working on this year. Though the PM team's already in there, I'm belting that coming up the stairs.
Yeah.
And
You've never really been known for your mornings.
no,
What are your rituals?
No.
What are your habits? How do you obviously music is a ritual and a habit to get you jacked.
pumped.
Yeah.
So rituals outside of my work
Yeah,
rituals.
just to get you ready for a working day.
Yeah. Well, look, I'd be lying if I said that I was very disciplined with my rituals. That's certainly something that I want to work on this year. And I feel as if, I know that it's something that I've always been aware of, but I've always put it to the back burner and prioritize work or clients and what have you, which has been great. And we've had these results. But I know for myself, it's not the right thing to do. I know ultimately if I had my rituals right, our numbers would be double.
Right.
And I can say that hand on heart.
Wow. Looks like we just set a goal.
Hey guys. Welcome to Rituals and Habits with Dimitri Loukaras. Loukaras. Oh, I'll tell you what. I've said it so many times I don't even know.
Rituals outside of work, I mean, there's the things that we all know what to do and what's right. And not that I do it all the time, but when it's just simple things. It's waking up in the morning, putting my phone away, either using my sauna that I invested in the back deck or my dumbbells or going for a walk in Hamlin Park, Stones Corner.
Yeah.
So if I can, when I know that when I do those practices,
you're feeling better.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that until you do it, you don't realize, not that you're feeling poor, but the capacity in which you can go to. And you might think, oh, yeah, I'm great. Yeah. But then you start adding in those rituals and routines, being off your phone in the mornings and those bits and pieces. You go, holy shit, it feels like you've taken something.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's really important with the rituals. And, I'm really mindful of layering my rituals too. So I guess this year, like everyone is in the new year, new me, get your health and fitness right. I've written some things down that I have plastered around, in the office, at home as well that I'm focusing on, but I'm mindful to not get too ambitious and go from 0 to 100.
Yeah.
So at
Rome wasn't built in a day, mate.
It wasn't, mate. I think it was 7.
Yeah.
7, yeah. So if that's the case there,
then
I just want to layer it with, just bedtime habits, phone habits and food habits.
So, Dimmy, as Sam said, you nearly bought on 600 properties organically. You've got a huge goal this year as a team. How do you achieve those sort of numbers as a team? What makes you different to anyone else?
Yeah, I think our biggest difference in the marketplace...
I love the boy from Gympie. What makes yous different? I love it.
I was just trying to skip past
Yeah,
it.
no, I thought we'd anchor on it.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Let me ask Chat how to say it properly.
I want to know how to spell it. How do you spell use?
Youse, obviously.
Oh, we've got him.
Lost him.
He's lost him.
He's gone. He's gone.
It's getting redder and redder.
That's actually really good. I'm going to use that.
All right. So what was the question?
No, the question was, you bought on nearly 600 last year. You've got a huge goal, which is nearly double that this year. how does the team achieve those sorts of numbers? Like, there's not many people that are achieving those sort of organic growth, in real estate. So how are you doing it?
Yeah. Double down. No, but look, when it comes to getting those numbers, when it comes to how amazing the team is, and something that I'm enjoying so much about the advancement of my role is that it's not just about what I'm doing, it's about the team.
Yeah.
And, I'm not going to name names because that just is that's dangerous.
I could name them all.
Yeah, I could.
Could you?
Yeah.
Let's go. Sam
All right, we got Kirsty up north. We've got Liv and Lydia out in the Bay. We've got Dimmy and Lachlan and Jake in Cooperoo. We got Katie. That's everyone.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well done.
That was easy.
That's the first time we've got through that.
So, look, I think it breaks down into two really key things to identify.
Yeah.
So the first thing is I'm really blessed to have an amazing team around me, and I think of Jake, who started with us in 2020 with no real estate experience. Dougie.
Yeah.
That's a Pizza Boy reference.
Yeah.
And I think of Katie, for example, started with the business in 2019, fresh in real estate.
Yeah, crazy. She's been with us a long time.
Yeah. So in the PM space, but even more so the BDM space, any BDM that is half decent at their role traditionally goes into a sales role.
Yeah.
So what we have identified is that in terms of a BDM team, we have very experienced operators that aren't just order takers, that can really make a difference for clients.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is it's not about just, come into our business, we'll look after you, we'll lease it. It's like just discussing their
advice.
property. It's being advisory.
Yeah.
By no means are we buyers agents.
No.
By no means are we project managers, but we're in the marketplace every day. So when a client is coming to us, we can give them really sound advice and maybe give them a whole new idea. Like I can think of a client that we had last year where they were going to rent out their whole property. They were thinking about doing it split, but they weren't sure how to. I went out there. I was there for about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Went through from top to bottom. This is how you could do it. This is how
You need to do
you
it.
need to do it. Let's go through the different scenarios. Fantastic. Then I'm going with a scenario where they leased out both.
Yeah.
And now they're in a position where they're about to buy their second property and then go with us.
Yeah.
So that's just a really basic example of the difference between an order taker and a deal maker, I suppose, and providing that service.
Yeah.
So that's a really key difference that our business provides, and then provides that to not just the landlords, but the agents as well, which is fantastic. And the other key difference, and something that we're really honing on this year, is our localized approach.
Yeah.
So over time, and I remember when I first started with the business, it was just myself, and we were at 264.
Yeah. I remember, mate, I saw photos the other day when we were doing, because it's been 10 years for HBC. We had our 300 party. Do you remember our 300 party?
I do. The Digger Station.
The Digger Station, and the
dine.
restaurant's not there anymore.
No, I think
but
they
it was at
closed
Howard
after.
Smith. Yeah, they closed after that. But no, we had a 300 party, and it was just you in the BDM team.
Yeah, so fast forward now, we're at 7-8 people. And it's been great with that growth, but then at times you get stretched with that growth. So now we're in a position now where we have a localized BDM team with each office and region, which is providing even more value.
Yeah.
So between those two key, I guess they're our strengths compared to the rest of the marketplace and what's there. And to get those goals, just accountability. And I suppose that's where Triple Threat comes into the fold.
Well, before we go on to me, what
are we surprised?
Did we ever stop?
I'm surprised. Normally you'd relish that opportunity.
Yeah, no. Before we get there, we will. But before we do, in terms of, I think last year there was a fundamental shift in our business where we decided, and we'd been going down a path of task-based property management for almost 5 years. We moved there because portfolios to us were a little bit dangerous as we grew. Now we've come out the other side and we've gone, okay, we don't have any sacred cows in our business. And we made a decision 5 years ago that doesn't work for us now. And so we moved back to portfolio end-to-end management.
Yeah.
And how do you feel, why is that the right decision for property management in 2026? Because there'll be lots of people, and I know different businesses will have different views on this, but to me, it's an absolute no-brainer if you take the client's point of view only into mind. It's an absolute no-brainer.
Well, you've just taken the words out of my mouth.
Yeah.
The client's view.
Yeah.
Something that I've, seen firsthand over the years is that with that change from end-to-end property management to pod-based, you've got to ask yourself the question, why is that occurring? And I think if we all look ourselves in the mirror as business
Well, at the time, it was the sell around specialists. We got a specialist property manager who deals with our landlords. We've got someone who does leasing. We've got someone who does routines, inspections, and then we've got someone who does maintenance.
Yeah, I definitely think that's the case, but also, if we're being real and raw, we've got to call a spade. And ultimately, what that did for business owners around the country is allow them to manage more properties. Whereas instead of going from end to end and you're, let's say, capped at 100 or 150, you have 3 and you maximize that number to allow you to manage a lot more properties.
Yeah.
So I noticed a trend over the last 5 years or so where, the bigger property management businesses are getting bigger. And the smaller ones are getting smaller.
Yeah.
And you're either a big gorilla in the marketplace or you're a very small boutique. So, yes, you're right. There is that sense of, okay, well, these are specialised roles. But I think if a lot of business owners look at themselves in the face, really the reason they're doing it is to make a more profitable business.
Yeah.
So, and that's something that, we do pretty regularly, and it can be an easy conversation. Usually it's pretty heated and there's different viewpoints between us all. But to go, okay, what's the best thing by the client?
You got to have that as the primary focus, right?
100%. And I think that's what drove us, is the personalisation and accountability of one person instead of everyone buck passing, saying, "Oh, that's not my problem. That's them." And that helps with you signing people up about the value proposition that they're going to get the personalised service is really important, because you're the one that they trust, and then you hand their property over to the property managers. So you need to make sure that they are getting the service that you promised them that they'd get.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, look, it's a bit of a cliche, gets said in our business a lot, but I'm happy to say this until the day I die, just as a reminder for myself and my team. People do not care what you know until they know that you care.
Yeah.
And, whether I've heard a lot of people talk about it in the sales space, that everyone's got all the data these days. Everyone has all the information at the tips of their fingers.
Yeah.
Our job is to have relationships and be trusted.
Yeah.
Because everyone has the data. So in a way, that's no different to property management, where we've become so overly reliant on all the technologies. And, a common bugbear that is industry-wide that you hear from all clients and, landlords and tenants is, I can't get a hold of my property manager, or who am I dealing with?
Yeah.
I've spoken to Sam, and then Nathan, and then Dimmy, and then Joe, and then Bruce, and then Mary, and then Kelly, and the list goes on.
Yeah.
So who am I actually dealing with? So
you want a buck stop, don't you?
Yeah, 100%.
Even when we're like, and this is what I think about from a client's viewpoint, is that you want somebody, and it's a really poor terminology, but you want somebody to yell at, to fix the problem.
100%.
So
right?
true.
And whether you're a buyer, a seller, a tenant, a landlord, you just want someone who that's the person who can fix my problem. And so even now we're looking, when we're looking at suppliers and stuff like that, we will go with somebody if we know we have direct line of sight.
Yep.
Because it is so much easier to do business. So taking that backward step last year, that's why we did it, right? It was the clients who I believe we are working in the best interests of.
Absolutely.
Because we give them one person.
Yeah.
And that same person does the routines and the inspections. That same person is doing the maintenance. They have the relationship with the tenant. They have the relationship.
Yeah. They've seen the property. It's frightening to hear out there in the marketplace with, I won't use the word competitors, because enough business going for everybody and we can all help each other out.
Yeah.
But I hear different businesses, and when that fact gets brought up and, they can't get a hold of their property manager or they haven't responded to things. Like something that Aaron, William,
Brooks,
Myrtle, Lucifer Brooks.
Yeah.
Sorry, got the name right. Something that he said to me very, very early on, and it was one of the first clients that I brought on, and it was an absolute shit show.
Yeah.
Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. And I had that property owner going off his tree. Nothing that I did wrong, but reality is it happened.
Yeah.
And then I had the agent that referred me their first piece of business to me. They were ropeable too.
Yeah.
And again, it wasn't something of wrongdoing, but ultimately it falls with me. And Brooks, he said, mate, it may not be your fault, but it is your responsibility. And like with Brooks, he says these things, it's a penny drop. And that has stuck with me to this day, to the point that I repeat that in the office to my team 24/7.
Yeah.
And they roll their eyes somewhat,
Yeah.
but they get the point. And if I had any advice for a property manager or a business development manager or anyone in life, but let's just bring it back to PM and BDM.
Yeah.
If you can't solve the problem, or you don't have the answer right now, or you don't even know the technicalities around it, you'll be surprised how much courage you'll gain and how much faith you'll build and trust. And it's being honest, saying, hey, mate, look, I know this or that's happened. Look, it's not my fault, but it's my responsibility and I'm going to fix this for you.
Yeah.
That alone, it's not bullshit. It's genuine and it's being responsive and saying, mate, I don't know what's happened, but I'm going to get to it.
Yeah.
The amount of business that has brought on in the future from people saying, Dimmy, mate, I know that if I call you, you'll get shit done.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the great things, because I know Aaron always said, because our phones can blow up on the daily and what a privilege that is, right? Because when people start when people stop bringing you problems,
They've lost faith in you.
they've lost faith in your ability to solve them.
Yeah.
And so, it's a credit to you that that's what people are doing, because, I think now our job, and we spoke about that at the start, it is problem solving when it comes to property management. When it comes to real estate, a lot of it is just problem solving.
100%.
And so it's made incredible insights there.
Future. What possible disruptions do you see? I see fees are very competitive at the moment. What's the landscape look like?
Yeah. Look, it's really interesting, Nath, because I've been asked this question a lot, and I'm sure we all have, especially with the advent of AI and VAs and tech and what have you, right? And from a property management standpoint, especially, I say it does translate to sales as well, but even more so, there's value to an agent.
Yeah.
Because even with tech, even with all that stuff, that's great, but it further illustrates that it's all about relationships and trust.
100%.
Again, from a sales side, everyone's got the same data, the same numbers, the same addresses, what have you. It's about the relationships. And then from a PM space as well, it's about being on the front foot and having those relationships, because everyone has the technology, everyone can hide behind a keyboard. So if anything, I'm really looking forward to the advent of technology, especially within the real estate space, because it's about people understanding how to use it and how to buy themselves time, I guess, with non-dollar productive activities or things that are, not actually required to be done by you per se, to then get you doing the things that are important, which is talking to your clients, to your owners, and talking to your tenants and adding value. So from a future perspective, I think if anything, you're just going to see such a shift where it's really going to separate the pack.
We're seeing that now, right, though? Like the big businesses are big, and the small businesses are small, and this middle ground, it's getting pretty hard to navigate the middle.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And those fees, I am seeing out there that they're going one or the other way.
Yeah,
where your top end operators are charging more, as they should.
Yeah,
because
the level of service.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Though we have competitors and, some from big brand names and what have you, and they're putting out fees out there for properties, and you do the maths and you go, you're not going to be in business next year.
Yeah.
That's not profitable.
Yeah.
And it's about, when it comes to bringing on business, it's about explaining that to owners. And it's a really funny line, because when I first started, and hey, I'm still hungry as ever, we want to bring on as much business as possible. But at the end of the day, there's people that we either meet or we speak with. And in that conversation, we know that they're not going to be suited to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't compromise your values.
Yeah.
What you're worth.
And I think that's a really fine line in real estate, because I think everyone loves to preach that. But then ultimately, when that listing comes up or is on the table and you're about to sign it, whether you're a sales agent or a BDM, you sign it.
Yeah.
And you justify yourself the way you're going to make it work. And I think that's really important to do, but there's just a bit of a line there.
Mate, Dimmy, I've loved the conversation, but we don't have 24 hours to talk property management with you. But I promise you, we will have you back. No, that's fine, mate.
Yeah, they beep it out.
Yeah, they beep it out. That's fine. Mate, our GOAT banter, quick fire questions. We're now going to have an R18 next to our little name now in the podcast. But anyway.
Yeah, have a parental warning.
Yeah, that's all right. All right, your go-to coffee order before a big listing appointment?
Before listing appointment, Piccolo. If
Piccolo.
it's just in the morning, it's a cappuccino, lactose-free, extra shot, 1 equal. But right prior to an appointment, if I need to, it's a Piccolo. No, quick fire.
No, what was the coffee order?
Yeah, there's a bit too many variations in it, and that's a goal for 26. Bring back the variables, but it's a lactose-free cappuccino with an extra shot, and an equal. So if anyone sees me out there in Cooperoo, Beanley,
and you want to buy him a coffee,
Cleveland, Birkdale, The Gap, Caloundra, Noosa, Maroochydore,
don't know names.
That's my coffee order.
That just does my head in.
Yeah. What's the worst landlord request you've ever received?
Oh. Have you punched that R18 warning on?
No, it says here a PG rated version, but I left that part out. I don't care.
Oh, PG. Oh, I've had a few, whether it be the tenant selection process and being told, okay, I don't want anyone of this nationality or this race.
That wouldn't happen to us.
It does, but we don't work with those people.
Yeah.
And that's where I guess it comes down to your values, right?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. People first, doing the right thing. Fun and laughter.
Being courageous.
Being courageous. And that is a courageous thing to do, to turn around and say to somebody, sorry, we can't help you with that.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. One thing tenants do that instantly triggers you? Now, that's a big question for you because we will need 25 hours now.
Yeah. Oh, that's a big question. One thing that they do that...
triggers you.
Triggers. Oh, don't want to use the word trigger, but something that really gets under my skin.
Yeah. Really grinds your gears.
Nothing. We love tenants.
Yeah.
Tenants are humans. Tenants are people. We're tenants. We've been tenants before.
Yeah.
So what pisses me off about people and what they do is just being dishonest.
Yeah.
The real estate industry gets a bad enough rap about being dishonest. I know that we stand out because we try to do the right thing by people.
Yeah.
And I guess when tenants are being dishonest.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Sometimes people forget we're the middle person.
That's right. And look, that's something that we don't want to be order takers, but ultimately we are the in-between. We are the mediators.
Yeah.
And sometimes they're not being understanding of that, but hey, that's human nature.
Is what it is.
Now, if you weren't in real estate, what job would you absolutely be elite at right now?
Elite at right now? Non-real estate, obviously. Let's make it fun.
Yeah, no, I said that.
Yeah. Oh, did you?
Thanks for listening.
Look, I'd be a great DJ. An elite.
Well, I don't know. Listen, just if we could reverse back Luke on the podcast where he said, I'm walking in listening to my song with Creed, and then I'll be a great DJ.
No, which gets to my second. So
sorry. Yeah,
off
this will
the
be good.
back of me walking to Creed, I think I'll make an amazing preacher.
Yeah, okay.
All blinged up.
Yeah, all blinged up. But no.
The Lord gave me a Bentley.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I would be a great preaching. Respect. No, look, I think you know what? I think I'd probably fall back to the family business. I think I'd be back in hospitality.
Back at the kebab shop.
No, not necessarily. Though I think if I was running a coffee shop or a restaurant, I'd love to be the man out front.
Oh, mate.
I'd be a great front man.
Come in and sit down.
Yeah.
We have great coffee.
Yeah, exactly like that, Sam.
Yeah,
That's great.
exactly. I was about to do a my
An
voice,
accent?
an accent, but I didn't.
An accent.
Okay. What's your goat meal after a massive day in PM?
Oh, a goat meal. Look, I'm pretty basic when it comes to this. A goat meal after a big day is I get home, I fire that Weber up to no end, let that burn for 15 minutes, and chuck on a fat steak.
Yeah, nice.
Ideally, something with a bone in, like a ribeye on the bone or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
Medium rare?
Rare to medium rare.
Cool.
Rare to medium rare.
Very good.
That's just me.
Yeah.
So yeah, steak.
I like it. All right, we're almost done here. I've got some good ones on here, so I'm going to keep going.
Do you actually?
Yeah, I do.
Can't wait for them.
Which team member could you outrun, outlift, and outeat, and why is it Nathan?
We all know.
Mate, well, look, I
That one
don't want to
another.
give too much away, but for all the listeners out there, don't know how many of you are out there. I'm sure there's a lot. This was going to happen last year, this podcast.
It was.
It was. So I think if this question got asked last year,
Yeah.
it'd be pretty easy to answer. But, mate, I don't think you're the one to be questioned,
No.
especially with the outrunning. And I know you outran another
Yeah, he outran Brooksy.
Got me speed back, man.
I was going to say someone who will remain nameless, but you just mentioned him. So, it was Brooksy.
Yeah.
Well, we know Sam's body couldn't handle the run. He's breaking down with calf muscles.
Yeah, that
I still reckon I'd win.
Oh, go away. You got nothing.
This is rubbish.
What's the most dimmy thing you've ever done during a workday?
Oh, most dimmy thing. Okay, we'll skip that one. Look, the most dimmy thing I do it pretty often. It's singing It's High Kicks in the office, getting the energy, ripping my pants.
Yeah.
Right.
That's happened a fair bit.
Yeah.
I actually recall, now that I think about ripping pants, I remember ripping my pants on a sales and rentals appraisal with Victoria Devlin.
Did ya?
Not because of high kicks in the appointment.
Yeah.
But I was trying to get underneath the house, look at the undercroft and look like I was proactive and checking everything out.
Yeah, right.
I got underneath the house and just went...
Yeah, good.
So, look, I think the most dimmy thing
Yeah.
that could happen is Dimmy splitting his pants, spilling stuff. I'm a very physical guy. Like, when I speak, I'm physical. I'm very handsy. When I'm in an office, I'm moving about.
Yeah, I like it. Righto. 2 questions to finish up, mate. What's
Alrighty.
one PM myth you wish you could banish forever?
Oh, well, again, it's one that I wish we could banish, but I love that it is there. And it's the fact that, don't you guys just collect rent?
Oh, I was just thinking that way.
But again, in a funny way, I love that.
Yeah.
Because it's about proving value.
Yeah.
And if that is the take that the majority of people have in the real estate industry, well, who's that a reflection on?
Yep.
Is it a reflection on those people saying it?
Yeah.
Or is it a reflection of, how, I guess, in a general sense, the property management business or industry can be seen pretty poorly and lazy?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Yeah.
So I think it's, I can say, I love that myth to be banished, but it's there for a reason.
Yeah.
And that's where great operators stand out.
100%. Well,
Now, just one last question.
Here we go.
You are known as the Greek god. For all our female listeners out there, are you single?
Yes.
So there you go. All you ladies out there, the Greek god is available.
yeah.
DM him.
Yeah.
He's looking for love.
Slide into the DMs now.
Your mum asked me to say that.
Yeah. The only reason I agreed to this podcast was so Nathan and Sam could promote me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Dimmy, you are the GOAT today, my man. That was awesome. I love PM. I love it more after speaking to you about it.
That's it.
No question about that. So, Dimmy, mate, thank you. And we will have you back for the next 24 hours at some stage in the future.
Outstanding.
Can't
Thanks,
wait.
Jimmy.
gents.
Well done.
Thanks so much for joining us for another episode of One Goat and the Property Guys. Remember, make sure you vote for if they were a goat or a spud during the last episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe to YouTube and at Apple Podcasts so that we can keep creating great goat-worthy memories.